Use your God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Shortcut to experience and knowing. In the normal immersed experience, you would have to study other people and develop a belief that needed to become knowing about any particular ability or skill. This learning would then have to go through your filters, which are your past history of what you have heard is possible, what you have experienced as possible, what your inborn instincts say is possible, and what you have been taught was or was not possible. If the new learning is outside of these parameters, it would be muted and diluted out and not reach materialization. This is the natural system of a steady state experience and reality that keeps our experience calm and regular. However, for you, outside the limitations and boundaries of immersion, you simply identify the character that already has the ability or mindset that you want, connect or link directly with him or her mentally, synchronize your minds and thoughts, then communicate, requesting a transfer of the abilities, skills, or the mindset that you want. This way, you will instantly get the ability into your mind directly above and beyond the filters of reality. Your new abilities and skills would be ready to use instantly. It is important to note that a character is a defined energy or mindset, which is commonly known as a specific person, animal, alive or long since dead, or even fictional characters and books whose characters are known to you. You are even a character known as insert your name. Who you really are is a non-physical being who has manifested a character in the physical plane known as insert your name. This means that you can import and transfer intellect and knowing from Warren Buffett, Einstein, and even Sherlock Holmes. You can know everything in the universe. However, that is much more than you want to know right now in your physical plane experience this time. That is the reason for immersion, to exclude from your knowing everything that is not relevant to your intended and current physical human experience, and immerse you into the relevant information only. This is actually a great system which results in a very satisfying physical experience by focus. Every situation, event, thought, character, action has an energy that describes and maintains it. This is the morphic resonant field. It is like a picture or a movie stored in your computer. There is a file, which is the field, that contains the information and energy that is the picture or movie or event or person or thing. Just as you can copy a part of a movie, picture, or specific lines of code from a certain computer program, you can copy and annex into your character's energy and vibrational file, morphic resonant field, the aspects already present in another's morphic resonant energy field that you want to have and experience in yours. One can modify their own program file or morphic field by thought and creating the change or addition from scratch, but it takes an administrator's clearance or total belief in knowing of what you are attempting to do, or it will not easily take place. People with multiple personalities are running a dual character program, two morphic resonant fields that they can switch at will. Their eye color can change instantly, as well as diseases disappearing completely and instantly. Under the new program, vibration or information file, morphic field for the character, there are not diseases present, and they are not expressed in form, as form is generated from the main reference energy file or vibrational program called the morphic resonant field. As the program or field changes, so does the resulting expression in form and experience. This can be easily visualized by this explanation. If you were to create a computer character, an avatar, with certain abilities and certain looks for a computer game, you would define these abilities and looks and health, etc., in the information file that is the character. This is the morphic resonant information field. When the game experience is running, the game is always referring to the character's file, the morphic field, to show the character in his proper form as described and defined, and allow him whatever abilities you gave him in the program, or if you will, in his life. If during the game experience, or life experience if you will, you go into the character's computer file, the morphic resonant field, and alter his looks and change his eye color, your character's eyes in the game would instantly change to the new color. If you changed his program to now have a disease, then the symptoms would show up on the character or disappear depending on what you have decided. This is also like a soap opera character. If the script one day says that the character has a disease, then the symptoms become present. If the script says that he is spontaneously healed by a miracle, then the symptoms immediately disappear. The easiest way to get the update, download, or transfer of information is file to file, morphic resonant field to morphic resonant field. Otherwise, you would have to study the other character and try to learn what they know, how they do it, and then still have to believe that you were able to accomplish the same feat that they have accomplished, or it would not take place. Also, it is much easier to access, import, and download abilities that you want by identifying a character already possessing that ability and transferring the ability or lines of computer code directly from the energy field comprising that character's energy, vibrational field, or morphic field, directly to your character's energy file, your morphic field. So, as you select the character you want to learn or transfer from, you access the mind of that character, his morphic resonant field, and synchronize your character's mind, your morphic resonant field, with the mind of the other character, connecting at proper frequency, link, sync, and resonate, thereby establishing a direct communication. Then, you would request an information file transfer directly to your character, instantly updating yourself with your newfound abilities and manifesting in your form and your experience. You are not necessarily learning and transferring directly from that certain person or character, but instead from the universe as a whole. You are only transferring from them as your representation of the effect, act, the process. This can also be visualized by remembering the Matrix movie where Neo was learning from the computer by downloading the know-how directly into his brain by wire. The only difference here is the transfer is from mind to mind by thought. Kind of like the famous Vulcan mind meld that Spock used in the series Star Trek. This, however, is accomplished not by touching. It is by thought only, and it is unlimited by distance, time, or reality. We have mind, body, and soul. This all happens at the mind level of our being. Our brain is part of our body and is not our mind. Our soul is the non-physical love energy that is playing the character part in having the physical experience through the physical body. Transferring an ability or a trait from someone else mentally is no different than the girl who was hypnotized to taste what was in someone else's mouth. If she could taste what they were tasting, why couldn't she do what they were doing, or what they could do, or know what they know? What is the difference? However, you must choose who you want to transfer from. Don't choose a character who also has faults that you do not want to acquire. While it is possible to transfer only those traits that you want and leave the rest, unless you are extremely clear in your thinking, you might inadvertently receive some of the rest. The logic of this situation is that anything that you think about, you attract, as we know from resonance. So, if you were aware of these other traits, such as that they died of cancer or went mad in their mind, for example, then just based on your awareness, those traits might get pulled in. By resonant logic, you can't say, I don't want to get cancer, because just by mentioning it, you attract it. If you are going to try anyway, be very clear in your mind about what you want and don't think about what you don't want. Just focus on the desired trait and think and feel as if you already have it.
To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, chapter number 14, segment number 5. Let your quest for knowing continue.